Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. She won't let anybody get real close. I'm surprised I'm this close. She just had kittens. You gonna help me today? She doesn't have a name either. Little shop kitty. Kitty, kitty. She just showed up here a couple months ago. Kitty, kitty. Meow. Okay, she's gonna help me. All right, good morning and welcome. We're really glad to have you with us. We're gonna do some tamper maintenance today. Yeah, something I gotta do. Got to change oil in it for one thing, and I gotta grease it. So it's a couple 3-hour job to do all that. There's a lot of grease fittings on here, but as you can imagine. So, okay, we're gonna get right into it here. I typically like to change oil about every 150 hours. This one is a little bit overdue. And I do have an hour meter on here on the tamper. So, and usually when I change oil in the tamper, then I'll change oil in the regulator also. Okay, the hour meter doesn't work in the regulator. So, but that keeps it kind of equal. You run them, both machines about the same. Okay, all right. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Really glad to have you with us. Okay, this is it. This is a Cummins Model QSC 6-cylinder engine, diesel. Just got a new air compressor for my or a new compressor for, I'm not an air compressor, a compressor for my air conditioning. It works pretty good. Yeah, it's got 250 horsepower. This particular engine was it's a reconditioned engine in 2014 in Mexico. We had a regulator run into the back of this and they put a reconditioned engine in it. It was quite a mess. The regulator plow hit it right here, pushed the engine at an angle sideways. I was up front setting up the light carriage, knocked me over the hill. But anyway, I didn't get hurt. I had a buddy with me, and fortunately he didn't get hurt either. But anyway, this engine was cocked in there at an angle. It was still running. The flex drive in here was, the engine was still running. The flex drive was going around. Sparks were going everywhere. What a day that was. So they put this reconditioned engine in it. So anyway, this is the air compressors down here. Okay, right there is your air compressor. And see the top of it. A little hard to see in there. So this is an airline. Fuel filters. And I used to pressure wash this whole machine twice a year. Used to. We no longer have a pressure washer. Anyway, this is the pump drives. Got the. This is the travel pump. This is what gives you, fluid. It's a hydraulically driven travel pump. Okay, and that's what drives it. You can adjust it. Put a pressure gauge on here, and you can adjust the pressures. Okay. This is the pump for the workheads. And the pump over there is for the jack beam. This right here, this pump right here on the end controls the left hand vibrator motors. And this pump over here controls the right hand vibrator motors. All right, that's pretty cool stuff. I said it's got a flex drive in there. Okay, I got interrupted there. But I got two batteries here, These are 12-volt batteries, big ones. They are heavy. But this is a 12 and a 24-volt system. Okay, there you go. I don't know. I think these pumps put out 42 gallon per minute at 2,500 RPMs. And when I Tamper, typically run about 2,000 RPM, so a little bit less. I got the oil draining out here. And at the end of that valve down there, I do put a screw in a pipe plug in case that valve would happen to come loose. I screw it in and I get it nice and tight. So if that valve here does happen to open up while I'm out on track, it's not going to run my oil out. All right. There's your oil fill, and the dipstick goes right here. Okay, how about that? Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, this is the oil that I'm going to put back in it. The oil comes in up at the warehouse. This Cummins engine puts out 250 horsepower. Holds about 5 gallons of oil. All right. Then the oil filter's over here. Right there. That's the oil filter. So get that changed too. And I always fill the oil filter up with oil before I screw it back up in here. When we got this Tamper rebuilt by Kansas, it was out in Kansas. And before that, the original equipment, the oil filter was down in here. And boy, what a pain in the neck it was to change that. With those air cylinders down there. Those air cylinders are for my rear mask follower. But yeah, what a real pain. So they, when they rebuilt it, they put the oil filter over there on the other side, and that really, really helps out. Really helps out. Okay. Pretty cool. Okay. This, they have a company come in and empty this whenever it needs to be emptied. We don't have a whole lot of waste oil here, but you know, got to be very environmentally conscious. All right. Nice. All right. And we don't change oil in the locomotives very often. Not a whole lot of people do on other railroads. But we used to have a waste oil heater up there that burnt the waste oil. Okay? And that was a great idea to use that up. However, some guys here would bring antifreeze and stuff like that from home, dump it in that tank, and that really messed the waste oil heater up. So they did away with that after a number of years. No, the other one just came out. Okay, we got her all drained out. What we do, we put these used filters in a catch basket over there, drain them out. Okay, we're going to let that drain a little bit before we take it all the way off. Sometimes I have punched a hole in the bottom before I let it drain, but didn't do it this time. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing started. This is a Napa 1748 filter, and I always put oil around the rings, the ring here, the gasket up here, and also the threads. I like to do that. Okay, sometimes I've gotten this thing so it starts right away, and sometimes I gotta mess with it. There we go. Wonderful. Wonderful. That's a beautiful thing we just did. And I get it as tight as I can with my hands, which is pretty tight. And then I'll start the engine up, run it for a while. And obviously, as soon as I start it, I'll come out here to see if it's leaking anywhere. It never has. But then I'll recheck it after it gets hot. Okay? Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, I keep a maintenance logbook here, and we've kept this book since it was brand new. This Tamper was bought new in 1994. And then in April of 2009, said it was sent to Kansas and rebuilt by Kansas. So I got all kind of stuff in here over the years. I have not been the only operator. I was not the operator in 94. I've been here for 18 years. But yeah, see, I put everything gets done. If there's a problem that comes up, I write it in here and what the solution was, so you can look back and remember. How about that? This we got the new engine in here in February of 2018. How about that? Okay, and the Tamper had 13,170 hours on it at the time. Right now, we've got 14,532. And I don't know exactly, but this has turned over once. So that's a 14. It's not 4,500. It's 14,000. I don't know exactly how many hours I have operating this machine, but I'm figuring close to 9,000 hours I've run this machine. All right. And the rest of that was from prior operators. Yeah, how about that? Okay, just got a train load of coal. I'm letting that warm up a little bit, and I'll shut it down, check the oil, but it should be all right. But I'll check it anyway. Okay, and this is what we put the filters in, and they'll drain out. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for tuning in and watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's show and have a really good day. We do appreciate you guys, we really do. You guys are the best.